Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Today is what day is this? This is the 9th day of March, and this is the 48th episode of the Be Your Own Hero show. Trying to get rid of some of these error messages. Hope everyone can see me. Hope everyone can hear me. I'm not sure what the error messages are about. Anyway, this is the 48th episode of 40th episode of season 3 of the Be Your Own Hero show. Hero is an acronym. It means helping everyone reaps optimism. In other words, helping others helps you. It's a reciprocal action. I'm your host. I'm sekouwrites. I'm a professional creative and the creator of what we're now calling the Hero Ministry Movement. And that's my effort to uplift and inspire the unhoused community and also people in general. And shout out to New Thought Media Network for allowing me the space and the opportunity to have this platform to talk about my journey of becoming my own hero and my journey of becoming my own financial hero. I hope this show serves you in some way. If it does, please like, please comment, and please share. All right, all those things said, quick disclaimer, I'm not a personal trainer, nor am I a financial advisor, so do your own due diligence. And sorry, my phone was doing something. And yeah, check me out here Monday through Friday at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time. So season 3 is all about doing, and so we are trying to be in action. We're not trying, we are being in action. So this is a season for you to comment in the chat more about what's working for you and what isn't, so that we can make adjustments so that this serves you well. Okay, so that said, let's get into the Hero Ministry Movement news. All right, so first of all, run streak, day 282. Today was day 282, right? And my run story is up on the various things, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, so check out the run story. But I want to play yesterday's run story, because yesterday was tough. Yesterday was tough. So I'm going to play that one and say, I'm not going to play both. I played both yesterday. It took up too much time. I'm just going to play one. I'm going to play yesterday's. Before I do that, just shout out to Gladys. Thanks for the hero crown. Shout out to Tim with the water and the coffee. Appreciate it. And now I'm going to play yesterday's run report. So check this out. So because I posted it late in the day, so you probably missed it. So here we go. 1 second. And press play.
Run report. Day 281. It's going to go down in the history books as one of the hardest days ever. Ooh. Day 281. That's better light. What can I say? The 12-hour drive from Florida to Tennessee caught up with me, and I was just zonked. And this morning, I just couldn't get up. Couldn't do my run. I did do my show at 8:45 a.m. Central Time, 9:45 a.m. Eastern. And then I produced another show, and then I had to go back to bed. I was just zonked, yo. So shout out to a couple of people who inadvertently helped me get through it today. Shout out to Reverend Melissa. I told her what was going on. She's like, I'm not worried about it. You're going to do it. So I didn't share her confidence, but I got it done. Shout out to Shonda, who just told me yesterday that she's been telling people, hey, Key. Hey, it's a cat. Cute. She told me yesterday that she's been telling people about my run. And I was like, what? Who you telling? So that helped me. Thinking about that today helped me get out here. And my mom, we were about to watch something, and it was coming on earlier than I thought. And I started to use that as an excuse to not go. I started like, all right, maybe I'm just not going to go right now. And she was like, just run fast. I was like, all right. I did not run fast, but I did run. Slowest run in a long time. But I got it done. 5K, 3.1 miles. Oh, and Nan, shout out to Nan. I took a walk break at mile 1. And I haven't taken a walk break in ages. And I thought about Nan saying that she'd run almost 2 miles without stopping. And I was like, all right, Sekou, we took a walk break at mile 1. No more walk breaks. So I got the rest of it done with no more breaks. So yeah, shout out to everybody. You never know who you're helping. You know, I'm So far, lots of people have told me that I've been an inspiration to them, but all of you are an inspiration to me as well. It helps keep me going on day 281. All right, so I'm done. I'm going inside. I'm probably going to crash again because I'm beat, yo. I'm beat. All right, I'm out. Later. Run report.
Okay, so that was yesterday's run report, a very late run report. And thank goodness I did the run when I did. You can see it was still a little bit light outside, because then we watched Rev Melissa's Showtime at the, I guess it wasn't Showtime at the Apollo, but in my mind it was Showtime at the Apollo, Rev Melissa on Showtime at the Apollo. And then it rained. And so you know that I run in the rain often, but I'm glad that I didn't have to run in the rain yesterday because I'd already done my run before Rev Mel's Showtime at the Apollo. Shout out to Rev Mel for Showtime at the Apollo. I watched it. I hope you guys did too. It was great. It was great. I'm gonna let her talk about it. I know she's gonna talk about it on her show, so I'll stop talking about it. But it was good. It was good. Anyway, so that leads us into charity run number 3. We are 97% of the way to our goal for Mr. Charles. Literally only $22 left. $22 left, and I can't wait to see who's gonna close it out. I am expecting 2 people to give $11 each. That's my prediction, but one person might close out at 22. We'll see. Let's see what happens over the next couple of days. But I'm very excited that we're so close to the finish line, pun intended, for Mr. Charles. Very cool, very exciting, very exciting. All right, so moving on. More hero ministry movement news. I've been talking about Brown Boy Mad at Fisk. That is my play. I'm trying to figure out how to make this long story short. I wrote a play a long time ago, literally years ago, and I unearthed it in 2019. And in 2020, I took it to Fisk University, and we produced 2-stage readings at Fisk University in their little theater, little as opposed to big theater. And now I say we, but it's really Fisk. Now we're producing it as an actual play, meaning no scripts on stage. There's going to be movement. I don't know what kind of movement. I don't know what's happening. I've been to one rehearsal, but that was just really a conversation. And then I decided I wanted to be surprised. I'm letting Professor Finchers direct it. She is the drama professor at Fisk University, and she is a notable actress and director in her own right. So I'm letting her direct it. I can't wait to see what they're doing with it. And every time she tries to tell me something, I'm like, no. Let me just be surprised. So that is happening this weekend. Showtimes on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. No, 7 p.m. Central, so 8 p.m. Eastern. And Saturday, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. So it will be streamed. It will be streamed on Facebook. I'll get the details for you so you can sit at home in the comfort of your home and watch the stream. And the fun thing about streaming, as many of us know, when you watch a stream on Facebook, you can comment with the other people who are watching. So that's kind of fun. Anyway, there will be a physical event for anyone in the Nashville area that wants to go in person. There will be some people in the theater. We're working out those details. The event is free. Suggested donation, no particular amount, but we are asking for donations. 100% of the proceeds will be donated back to Fisk to bolster their theater program. So speaking of which, shout out to Margaretta for shouting me out yesterday about the play. I didn't see your comment yesterday, but I checked the comments after the show. So I appreciate the rah-rah shishkumba for the play. I'm really excited about it. And I'm excited that it will be a surprise to me. So it's coming up. Oh, and I wanted to show you the flyer that the students made for the play. So this is, yeah, so there it is. Flyer that one of the students made. I think it's one of the students who's actually in the play. So you see Brown Boy Bad in the circle, and then it's kind of a similar representation for Color Girls, like different colors representing different characters in the play. Anyway, excited to see what they come up with. And this is a photo from rehearsal. I showed this before, but this is a rehearsal. So that gives us a sense of blocking and movement. So stay tuned for the streaming information so you won't miss it. All right. And still on Hero Ministry News, Hero Ministry Movement News. Something else is coming up this weekend. I mentioned that there's a Hero hoodie drop happening in Louisville, Kentucky. Here is the flyer. So the Zetas, the Beta Alpha C Zeta chapter of Zetas, it's kind of blocked at the top, but those are the Zetas, are having this event called the Zeta Image Awards in Louisville this Saturday on the 12th at 1 p.m. So they are planning to have Hero hoodies on site that they're going to sell to create what I call a double, like bonus hoodies that will be donated to the unhoused in the community there. So I'm really excited to see what that's about. I'm trying to figure out how I can get there physically so I can be there to see it, to see how that plays out, because we haven't done the Hero hoodie drop in that way before. So that'll be a new experience for me. I'm excited for the movement of Hero hoodies. Shout out to Jacinta, my hero ambassador in Louisville, who came up with this and who was quarterbacking the whole thing. I'm just riding shotgun. So very excited to see what happens. All right, so that's the news. Anything else? I mentioned that Project Love Strong is honoring me as a change agent. That's coming up soon. I'll be talking more about that soon. But let's get through this very busy weekend of Brown Boy Mad and Hero hoodie drop in Louisville. All right, so let's do the envelope challenge. Let's do the envelope challenge. I got my dice right here. Let's roll the dice like a game show. And 1, easy day. Easy day. Number 1, all you got to do is move $1 from your checkings account over to your savings, and that becomes the bucket for you to invest, so that it will eliminate the excuse of not having enough money to invest. So how this works is, in case you're just joining us, every day, every weekday, we get a number between 1 and 6 by rolling this die, and you move that amount of money from your checking over into a separate savings account, and that becomes your investment bucket. It stays there only long enough to accumulate to whatever amount you decide, and then you invest it. That's how you get into the investment game easily and painlessly. All right, so easy day. Today's number is $1. Okay, so morning's in. I read a few different things this morning. I was kind of jumping around from thing to thing. I read The Science of Getting Rich, of course. Just a reminder, I was so moved by The Science of Getting Rich that I created a podcast about it. Check it out. It's on all the podcasting platforms. Last I checked, it was streaming in 38 different countries, so it's really taken off. And that's because the wisdom is really sound, so definitely check it out. And I still read the book again to get it to sink in, So I read a little bit of The Science of Getting Rich this morning. I also read a little bit of Think Like a Monk, and also a little bit of a brand new book called Biohack Your Brain. Biohack Your Brain. And also my 365-day devotional from the Dalai Lama. So of those, I'm going to read something from the Dalai Lama book that really stuck with me. Really stood out. Something stood out from all those books, but I'm just going to read this one. So this is from the Dalai Lama's daily devotion. People feel deeply sad when they lose some money. Yet when they waste the precious moments of their lives, they do not have the slightest feeling of repentance. I'm going to read that again. People feel deeply sad when they lose some money. Yet when they waste the precious moments of their lives, they do not have the slightest feeling of repentance. Okay, so that's a great quote for this space where we're talking about wealth and abundance, and we understand the pain point of losing money, right? But we often don't feel the pain point of losing time. And time is literally the most precious resource we have. Time is literally the most precious resource we have because it's the only thing we can't get back. You can get money back. You can get a house back. You can get whatever back, but you can't get time back. So this has particular resonance for me because, as I mentioned, I felt like binge watching was created specifically for me. I spent so much time binge watching everything when when binge watching was created. And I never gave a thought about the time that was wasted. And now I'm much more cognizant of using my time in mindful, specific ways to move myself and move my life forward. So listen to the Dalai Lama. If you develop some sense of losing time, you'll treat time better. You'll treat time better and make it work for you. All right, shout out to Fee King for commenting on that. Yes, Dalai Lama is dropping it today. Dalai Lama is dropping it. It is the most precious thing that we have. All right, Lachelle. Appreciate it. Okay, so sidebar done. Moving on to abundance. That was a nice segue to abundance. We've been talking about abundance this season and last, so let's get to it. Let's do the affirmation. We haven't done this in a bit. Maybe we have. I don't even remember. Here we go. Affirmation. I'm so happy and grateful to be a multimillionaire in every area of my life. I am so happy and grateful to be a multimillionaire in every area of my life. We want that to just sink into our minds and our souls and our bodies so that whenever we feel a pinch around money, whenever we feel that pinch, and we still feel that pinch sometimes, we remember that affirmation and remember to relax, because the more you feel pinched, the more you constrict the flow of money and abundance to and through you. That's how it works. That's what the law says. So you have to open up and let it flow. So that said, let's talk about a few things. First of all, who's been doing the homework? Because y'all have been really quiet about the homework, about the how-to guide. The only person, literally the only person who said they've done the homework is Reverend Melissa. So what's up? What's up? Like, I'm really excited about this how-to guide, but if you aren't doing the homework, I'm just going to move on because I want this to be helpful to you. So those of you that have done some of the homework or any of the homework, let me know. Drop a comment in the chat, something. Let me know. Because Reverend Mel is on it. She's made a list of now 20 different topics that she can create a how-to guide on. I haven't even done that many. I haven't even done 20. But they do, once you start thinking about what you know, the ideas just keep coming. And again, the whole point of this is to create an additional revenue stream. So mine is almost done. I've finished writing it, and now I'm going to go back, edit it, maybe one more time, create a cover for it, and I will be done with my how-to guide about how to get into the stock market as an absolute beginner. Which, who knew I would ever be creating something like that? That I would ever even be talking about money or finance, or let alone how to get into the stock market. You know, that's all God right there. That's all God, because I never planned on that. Anyway, if anyone's doing the homework, let me know, and then we'll keep talking about it. In the meantime, I'm going to circle back to what I've been saying, what I've been talking about this week. I've been talking about the gas money for the U-Haul truck. So just a reminder, I drove from Florida to Tennessee. It was a 12-hour drive in a U-Haul truck, and I was helping someone move, and so she sent me gas money via Cash App. That said, my mindset has shifted so much that I decided immediately when she sent me the money that I was going to invest it on Cash App rather than reimburse myself. I'm just going to take the hit on my bank account and use that money to invest. So just to provide you with real numbers, it's a U-Haul truck. It was big, so it took about $200 worth of gas. So I got that money back from her via Cash App, but I'm going to invest it. I'm just going to take the hit because I'm understanding that my mindset has to be different about the future. I have to think more about the future. Invest now for the future. Invest now for the future. Invest now for the future. So I took the plunge. I've been talking about Netflix and how it's been my goal to acquire a share of Netflix, and that I was planning to use that money, that gas money, for the Netflix. And I did. I did it. Wait. I feel like I need fireworks for that. Where's my fireworks? Yeah, All right. So now I own a full share of Netflix, my first full share of Netflix. I'm excited about it. And I'm glad I did it because I've got some information to share. So I'm going to use rounded off numbers just for ease of understanding. But basically, I was nickel and diming my way to a share of Netflix on Cash App. I was already doing that, right? I'd gotten to about $200 down on a $600 share. But then, because of what's happening in the Ukraine and the world, the price came down. So to me, Netflix is on sale. So I got energized about acquiring a share of Netflix now. It dropped to $350, from $600 to $350. And I was like, oh, I got to get that because I think it's going to go back up. So yesterday, so the difference between the $200 that I put down already and $350 is $150, right? So I was like, all right, so I'll spend $150 of the $200 in gas money I got. Hope this isn't getting confusing. So I spent $150 on top of the $200 I already had in. So that's $350, right? But then Cash App said that I didn't have a share yet. I had almost a share, but not a share. So I was like, why don't I have a share? So I did the math. And this is really important because it dovetails with something else I've been talking about, inflation. Yeah, inflation, but that's not really what I want to say. Valuation. Because, well, I guess it's both together. So I've been talking about the fact that when you put money in a savings account and you let it sit there, inflation takes value away from that money. So the example I've been using is if you put $1,000 in the bank and you leave it there for a year, inflation is constantly sucking value out of that money. So the account may stay at $1,000, but what you can buy with that $1,000 is shrinking and shrinking and shrinking at the rate of inflation. So back to my Netflix example. What happened was I spent that $200 initially when the stock was trading at 600. So now it's trading at 350. So the value of my $200 came down. Does that make sense? I put $200 down, but then the stock price fell. So the value of that $200 went down to $150. My value was no longer 200, it was now 150. So in real time yesterday, I had to add an additional $50 to get a full share of Netflix. The reason why that's exciting to me, well, first of all, it's really important for us to know, like, if anyone out there is trying to acquire a full share of something, the number you want to look at is your current value. It's there in Cash App. It tells you, I just wasn't looking for that. So it tells you this is your current value and subtract the share price from that. And that difference, or subtract that from the share price. That difference is what you need to pay to buy a complete share, right? But this is exciting because it is a real life example of how the valuation of money can shift. Like, it still says on Cash App that I have $200 in a certain place on Cash App. I've got $200 in, but it's not worth $200. That, more than anything, makes me want to move money out of my savings account even faster, because you can't see it in your savings account. You don't see the inflation sucking the value out of your money, but you can see it in Cash App, right? Now, the difference is, I believe that Netflix will go back up as soon as the world settles. And I say that because, yes, Netflix is down over the day, over the week, over the month, and even over the year. But over the life of Netflix, it's up 30,000%. 30,000%. My alarm's going off. My alarm's going off. I got hype. I got distracted. But let me finish this point. So 30,000%. So that's a lot. Like 100% return is incredible. 200% is amazing. 30,000%, like, that's unreal. An example I've been given all week is if you had invested $100 in Netflix when it had its IPO in 2002, you would have $30,000 in the bank right now. Well, not in the bank, in your brokerage account, right? Like, that's over the course of 2 decades. So 20 years, it would have taken 20 years, but you would have $30,000 in your bank account. Imagine just having $30,000 in your brokerage account. I keep saying bank account. In your brokerage account after investing $100. The trick is you got to leave it in there, because not long after Netflix shot up, it dropped 80%. It dropped 80%. So only the people that held on when it dropped 80% were able to reap the rewards of the 30,000% that it went up to later. So now for the year, it's down like 30%. I'm holding on. I got my full share, and I'm not even thinking about closing out. Will it go up another 30,000%? Probably not. That's a huge number. That's astronomical. But after going up 30,000%, will it drop down to zero? I think not. I think not. I think that given the size of the company, given the number of people that they have on staff trying to figure out the next thing, that they will do well, and they will continue to do well. And plus, there's been this huge increase in streaming as necessitated by the pandemic. So I think that trend will continue. So all right, so that was my little sidebar about Netflix. I'm very excited to have a full share. I feel like I'm in the game, and I'm excited to see what happens. I'm not going to get scared as it continues to fall, and I'm going to think big picture. I'm going to keep thinking 30,000% instead of focusing on the fact that it's down 30% right now. All right, so that's what I'm doing. I know what you're doing, but I am considering all of the FANG stocks on sale. FANG, just a reminder, is Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google. Again, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google. Yes, Facebook changed their name to Meta, but Mang doesn't sound as good as FANG. So I'm just going to keep saying FANG, right? But those are the 5 biggest growth stocks. And so much so that there is this acronym in the financial world. Matter of fact, I've been watching CNBC when I'm in a hotel. I'll watch CNBC, and they say FANG. And now I know what that means, and now you do too. So we're getting savvy. We're learning. All right, so I think that's all I want to talk about. Let me know if you're doing the homework so I can figure out if I'm going to circle back to the how-to guide or not, or just share my how-to guide with you. Oh, also, I wanted to shout out Linda. She made a comment yesterday about the repetition of this information is good. Thanks for that, Linda, because sometimes I feel like, oh, I said that already. So I appreciate that. It works for me. It's helpful for me to reinforce these ideas, to feel like I can get this, I can do this, I can shift my thinking around investing, I can shift my thinking around money and wealth and abundance. And so I'm glad it's working for you too. All right, so we've got prayer time coming up at 10:15. And then we've got Rev Melissa, Sit with Rev Melissa coming up at 10:30. I will be producing Sit with Rev Melissa, and I'll probably pop in to say a word or two. So do your homework. Let me know if you're doing your homework. If not, just wait for my how-to guide about how to get into the stock market. It's going to be epic. And keep doing. Be a hero. Be your own hero. And remember that now is better than perfect. And I will see you at 10:30 on Rev Melissa's show. All right. Later. Oh, I gotta go out with some fireworks for my Netflix purchase. Red fireworks for the Netflix purchase. And I'm out. Later.